thing that I said, I want you to say, what's important to you? What's your priorities? What's not a recruiter, not a friend, not a coach, but what are you and your vision and what you want? What's your perfect fit? You write it down. I'm not going to tell you, you write it down. And I want you to check off exactly what you think is best for you. So he goes through so we did that back in the spring. He goes all the way through his recruiting process. I only get one time in the home, and it comes in December. And I walk into Talanoa's home, I am so fired. You imagine, you're getting ready to see the number one safety in the world. I'm ready to recruit my butt off. I sit down, and in 5 seconds, he says, Coach, I'm a Trojan. I go, what the world? I said, I didn't even get to do anything. I said, tell me why. I always like to ask that question. Tell me why, T. He said, Coach, open up the folder. I opened up the folder, and there's every one of his priorities that we had written down. And he had a check mark by USC. The other two schools were up there. Thank you for not going there, T. I appreciate you. The other two schools were up there. But at the end of the day, what he was looking for was right here. He left his family. He left everything that he knew. He came down to invest in himself. And I look up in his third season, which is going to be a special one. And I hope not the last one it could be. We got to get our degree. We got 2 classes left. But I look at men like this, and that's why this job is so special, and that's why I love it, because of those relationships and what you get to do. Man, what an exciting time this is. Anytime that you get to start a new season with the team that we're getting ready to have, a 2020 seasons, there is great hope, there's great excitement, and that's what our staff here is all about. We understand anytime there's a new season, especially here, there's grand expectations. That's the beauty about being at SC. The fact of the matter is we won 8 regular season games. And our standard of excellence is to win Pac-12 championships and get to this playoff. So we've got to find those 3 to 4 more regular season games that get you there. Those expectations and those standards are what we want for ourselves. We welcome them. We know that at 8 wins someplace they're building statues. They're celebrating. That's not us, and we understand that. Our standard is extremely high, and that's each and every year that we have. So I welcomed a bunch of men that wanted to meet that challenge and welcome that challenge as a staff. I cannot thank our administration, Mr. Mike Bone and Dr. Carol Folt, for the support and the resources and the tools that they have given me over the last couple months since they've been here. The support they've given me since day one, and our football team that they've given in a very adverse and difficult situation last season. Newcomers that are coming in immediately welcome me. Coach, how can I help you? How can I help this team win games? How can I help them finish strong? From day one, all the way through. Whether it was showing up at team meetings, whether it was being on the practice field, whether it's dumping water on me after the Cal game, which was awesome, all that support was there. And I can't thank them enough for helping us create a coaching staff that I feel is going to help us get those 3 to 4 victories that we need to make that step to win that Pac-12 championship and get to that playoff. I'd like to introduce, if I could have our full-time coaching staff just come up and do this real fast while I'm here. Bring these guys up here, full-time coaches. I'm going to actually let them, the one individual that's not here because he's actually getting better, he's actually getting some tutelage from one of the better offensive line coaches there is in the NFL, is Coach Tim Trebno, who is not here, but the rest of our coaches are here tonight. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. I know they got loud voices. I've heard them yell over the last 4 weeks on the field. So I'm going to give it up. Craig, why don't you start off and introduce yourself and what you do for us.
Craig Navarrete, coach of safeties. Defensive coordinator, linebacker. John Snyder, special teams coordinator. Mike Jakes, I coach the running backs. Helton, defensive line. Gary Culver.
Newcomers that are up here. One, I want to tell you from those resources and tools that we were given by our administration, it was really neat. And I told Graham the first time when he came from North Texas and came here, I said, Coach, understand this, when you do your job, the whole world's going to come talk to you. And he realized that after this last season, that the whole world, whether it was college or pro, came and talked to him. But what was really cool was to be able to see a gentleman that I deeply respect, not only as a person, but as a coach, say, Coach, this is a special place. I understand that this is a special place. We got special people, and we got a championship to win. And it's really cool to be who I have admired for the last 15 years as a defensive coordinator. 3 of the hardest days of my life was as an offensive coordinator going against Coach both at Texas and at Utah State. The frustration, I'll never forget Sam Darnold walking off after a double overtime win versus Texas. He goes, Coach, that was a hard-ass day. That was really hard. And I've admired Coach for a long time. I ever said if I ever got the opportunity to ever have a chance to coach with Coach, I would welcome that in an instant. And I thank him so much for moving his family and what he knows up from Texas to be here. Coach Orlando.